G'day playmates, and welcome to another Harmer vid on DCS World. And before I dive into DCS to run my mission for today, I'm just going to pull your attention to a thing that I do after each update. So I've just updated DCS, and I have gone into the following folder. It's DCS World Beta 2.5. Then you go to mods, aircraft, FA-18C, then into cockpit, into scripts, into twos, and into device. And this is the particular LUA file that we're after. Well, I'm after. And basically, I've got a replacement for this particular file that actually sets up my countermeasures as I want them as soon as I log on to DCS World, as soon as I open that up. So as you can see, opening this up, it's basically the information for the different chaff and flare programs. What I'm actually interested is in the in program 1 and program 5. What I've done is I've changed this information. The first thing that you really should do is save the original here. So as you can see, I've got this is just a general folder, DCS update replacements, Hornet CMS originals. This is now what I've changed, and you can see there's a difference here between in manual 1 and manual 5. Okay, so without going into too much information about this, I am going to put this in here, and I'm going to replace the file in the destination. Okay, that's all done. Now I'm going to go into DCS. With my new countermeasures file saved with the countermeasures that I actually want set up as soon as I get into the Hornet, which we'll see once I've taken off, because that's essentially the time that you actually access the correct information. You can't do that while you're on the on the ground. I'm going to set a new server up, and I am going to add another mission from my campaign. I'm going to add that one. These are all the campaign files that I've created for ASA, which we run on our operation nights for ASA 234 Squadron on Tuesday nights. I'm going to add that, and I am going to run this one. The ASA server isn't up at the moment. I'd be running it on that, so I'm just running it on my own server. Even though it's multiplayer, I'll just be running this by myself, and I'll just briefly go through the mission. and hopefully try to successfully run it by myself without my ASOR teammate buddies. It will basically be to illustrate the SEAD and capabilities and the new targeting pod. Okay, so shouldn't be too much longer in getting in. Yep, okay. As you can see, I've got 8 Hornets on 2 carriers and also a Tomcat on another carrier, so we've got 3 carriers up. I am going to drop into here and go to the briefing. Okay, here's the mission brief. ASA 234 target for today is recon and destroy. Time is 10 o'clock in the morning. An elite Russian battle group is somewhere northeast of Anapa. NATO has been unable to get a fix on their position. Command are hoping that a SEAD and then a CAS strike will locate and destroy them before they sortie. So the ground primary missions is SEAD and CAS northeast of Anapa, which Anapa is waypoint 1, and the concurrent air-to-air mission is to cover the ground mission northeast of Anapa. There's no air-to-sea mission. Enemy threats are AAA, SAM, and CAP. Okay, so these are the known threats. Weather is good, so let us fly this. Okay, so I'm going to unpause the mission. Yeah, okay. Just going to get rid of the information on the left, and here we are on CVN 74, and I'm gonna arm up now. I'm gonna take 40-40. I will take 1 bag of fuel and the usual 9Xs. Then I'm going to take the AGM-88C missiles, and then I'm going to take a couple of GBU-12s. I'm not going to bother with I'm not going to bother with air-to-air there. Okay.
Request rearming. Copy.
And there's AWACS just taken off, getting into the air. And time to start this up.
Rearming complete.
Okay, yep, rearming's complete. Got my anti-radiation missiles and my laser-guided bombs. Oh! Ugh. Before I do that, better make sure that I've got the yeah, I got the pod.
Request rearming. Copy.
Okay, alright, let's start this up. This mission is essentially by way of a bit of a tutorial. for both SEAD and the new targeting pod. So hopefully I can give you some information, maybe even some help regarding these.
Rearming complete.
All right, I'm just gonna.
Roll left.
I'm gonna turn the volumes
Flight
down
controls. Flight controls.
on the radios as well. Alrighty, let's get that happening. Let's get the hood up. And yeah, let's get this. And yep, INS alignment. Let's just stop that. And flight control system there. Okay, start up the second engine.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
Alright, and just essentially do a left to right, oxygen on, TACAN volume up, the radar warning receiver well down, and that down. I'm going to reset there, so yeah, just checking that's okay. We'll have some lights on until we get in the air. I've got nothing there that I need. Brake off. Lights on. Flaps are on half. Set my bingo. I'm going to recover at Anapa, so I'm going to set my bingo at 3,500. Okay, switch that on. Alright, the Stennis is 274, and AWACS is 270. Okay, let's go back to channel 1 and request a startup. Air traffic control, Stennis, request startup.
1-1, request startup. Enfield 1-1, cleared for startup. Wind 179 at 4 meters per second.
Cool, okay, alright, now let's do the FCS check. Okay, alright, we're in test. Hit the wrong switch for the minute then. Okay, that's that. So, IFF on. Data link on. And I'm going to remove. This always really annoys me when I'm coming into land, so I'm going to remove that from the HUD. I've removed it, and then also I am going to set Bitchin Betty not to 5,000. I'm going to clear that and set Bitchin Betty to 500. That's that. I'm going to go back to the HSI, get the WR on, get my dispenser on. I get a little bit of lighting up here. And on cage, the gyro, set this to 100. And okay, seat armed, and let's get the wings. Let's get the wings happening, and close the cockpit. And canopy's out, so we know that that's locked. Alright. Let's now continue here. Let's switch that on. Let us switch FLIR on. Let's operate the radar. Navigation is now aligned and looking for waypoint 1, which I'm going to bring up on the HUD. And what I'll do here is I'll go to situation. Just going to make that soy and just get rid of this for the moment. Okay, let's go to stores, and the laser guided bombs. Actually, let me just bring my FLIR up. Yeah, okay, it's not timed out. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do with the bombs is the mode is going to be auto. Fusing is going to be electronic, instantaneous. For some reason, auto hasn't come up. I don't want CCIP, I want auto. There it is, that's now come up. I think that's a bit of a bug there. So the mode is auto, the electronic fuse is instantaneous. Now all I got to do is to put the code in. I'll put the default code in of 1688, 1688, and enter that. Yep, so now I just got to step over here and enter that. Alrighty, here I gotta make sure the code, yep, code is 1688. If that wasn't the same, then I'd essentially there'd be another entry up here. So yeah, okay, so let's go back to the SA page, and we are our harms, we're going to go into TOO mode. You can see they're already bringing up information for the fleet, the friendly fleet. So what I might do is I might set the class to hostile only, which now rejects our friendlies. And last thing to do is get the ground crew to remove the chocks.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks. Copy.
Alright,
Wheel chocks are now removed.
let's get onto a catapult. Might head for catapult 3. Okay, nose wheel steering is high. And away we go.
Enfield 1, hold position.
Yeah, there's a bit of a bug here. The officer just keeps repeating this message.
Hold position.
He'll stop doing that once I get onto the
Enfield 1, hold position.
once I get onto the catapult, but it is quite annoying
Enfield 1,
while it's happening.
Enfield 1, hold position. Enfield 1, hold position. Enfield 1, hold
So basically what I'm hoping to do is with my 2 anti-radiation missiles take out any SAM sites in the target area, and then hopefully continue okay, alright, then continue with the laser guided bombs. Okay, let's put the launch bar down. I'm going to check that the bar's down. Yep, bar's down. Alright, let's move on to the catapult. And this guy is really annoying. So the quicker I get on here, the better. Alright, brakes on. And we're on. Okay, so it's just a matter of checking my flaps at half and hitting the trim button for takeoff, and let's just do a check all round. Alrighty. Yeah, okay, it's looking good. Alright, let's go. Military power. And away we go. Afterburner. Gear up. Flaps on auto. And we're going to be making for waypoint 1. Okay. Which is essentially Anapa Air Base. Then we've got to search northeast of there, hopefully to find a radar signature. Alright, back to military power, climbing 10 degrees. I'm going to get to around about Angels 30. As you can see on my essay page, the number 1 in the ring is my current waypoint, waypoint 1. And currently nothing detected by the harm. Okay, leveling out. Alright, so it's going to go to my autopilot and get this heading fixed. You can see the little carrot moving. Alrighty, alright, so let's now go to autopilot and heading select. Okay, and that's going to steer us on this little carrot here. I can actually, as you can see, I'm just slightly off here. I could actually just hit this to make a couple of turns. Hit the heading switch. Okay, seems to be good. And let's turn the lights off. And let's check our knee pad. Yeah, okay, so waypoint 1, we're basically going to be searching out at 45 degrees pretty much. And yeah, this is the information that I put up for mission tasking. It gives all the different frequencies, TACANs and ICLSSs, the position of the different carriers. So the Tarawa is in the center, CVN 76 is aft, CVN 75 is port, and CVN 74 is starboard. Also laser codes. If you want to change the laser codes, then for the Hornet, the the first number must be a 1, the second number must be either a 5, 6 or 7, and then for the third and fourth numbers you can choose any number between 1 and 8. This is for when we play multiplayer and we want to use different codes for different Hornets, so that they don't get the codes mixed up. Okay, so that's that information there. Okay, we might just add afterburner, slowing down to about 200 knots, and I want to get to Angels 30. Just pull this heading slightly left.
Focus, passing waypoint 3 at 22,000.
Okay, that's AWACS. Actually, no, I should really be heading right. Okay, 28,000. Just gonna pull the autopilot off now and just climb 5 degrees. I'm gonna turn the afterburner off. Okay, at 30,000, just under 10 miles from Anapa. I will just put the autopilot on here while I go to the map. Okay, so this is waypoint 1, the task force fleet, and we're just overflying that at the moment, so hoping somewhere around here to pick up a radar signal. Anyway, let's go back. And I'm going to put my air to ground on. Harms. And looks like here there's an SA6 picked up on situational awareness as we just overfly waypoint 1. And there it is. It's just popped up on the yeah, okay, there it is. I'm going to get in nearer, so essentially the idea is that once I get pretty much to the operating range of this SA6, I will put the afterburner on, get a bit of speed up, and essentially magnum to my missiles, and hope that that's going to do the trick. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to do a handoff onto the okay. So I will need to do the handoff, I need to make this SOI, the sensor of interest, and then on cage, I've now got a handoff, and the harm's ready to go. Alright, so I'm going to turn the autopilot off, and now I am going to hit the afterburner. And I'm going to Magnum 2 away. I'm just going to, yeah, I'm just going to dip. And Magnum 1. Hand off. And Magnum 2. Okay. Afterburner off, then I am going to turn away and hope that I get a strike with either one of those. So essentially the reason why I do 2 is if they see one coming in and try a launch against it, then yeah, essentially I'm sort of swamping the target. So I'm going to turn back onto waypoint 1 and get this on my 6. Get the SA6 at my 6 o'clock position, and hopefully I can go in with my laser guided bombs. So I think now is the time to oh, actually before I do that, better get my early warning up. Standby mode 1. Okay, now if I hit arm, you can see that this is my default program 1, which is 1 chaff, no flares, 4 repetitives, and oh, okay, yep, it's come up. It looks like I've got it destroyed, and an interval of 0.75 of a second. I'm just going to return. So that basically sets your countermeasures up. All right, so now let's go to the bombs, and let's put the SA page here. And now the FLIR is on wide mode, and we're going to we're going to switch on the whoops, that's right, that's on. Alrighty, okay, I'm a fair distance. I need to be scanning around about here, so I'm going to turn in on the target. Keeping an eye on the SA page for lineup. Alright, so hopefully I've taken down I've blinded them, taken out the radar, so there are some targets that I've now got to try and find. So let's put this on there, and now let's do a search. So I make that soy. Yeah, diamonds come up, and okay, and here you can see where it's searching. So right there, I'm now going to go to narrow mode, and yeah, you can see there where I've taken that out, but I'm actually looking for some more targets. I'm just going to zoom in. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, yep. Okay, looks like we got targets here. So I'm just going to zoom right in. Yep. And I'm now going to select that as my targets, and I'm going to, yeah, okay. I'm now going to turn off my autopilot. I'm going to head in here. My release queue is still a bit to go. So essentially what I'm now going to do is check that my laser is working. It says L arm at the top. And I need to hit trigger. And now, yeah, okay, yeah, it's laser. Yeah, we got the laser on. So once the auto release gets to round about 10, I am going to press the pickle release, and then after the release drops, I'm going to laser it onto the target, hopefully. It look like they're, I think, BMPs. Let's get a better look at that. "30 seconds out. Okay, alright, so 10 seconds to release. I'm going to hit the pickle button, the release button, and down it comes, and one away. Alright, and now we're going to laser the target. Yeah, trims up set momentarily. Let me just zoom out a bit. Time to impact is 3 seconds. And one down. Alright, I'm going to fly out and then do another one. Ideally, I want to get about, probably 6 or 7 miles out to line another one up. In fact, yeah. So I find the SA page to be pretty invaluable for pointing the the target pod in the right direction. I mean, essentially, you can just see there the square near the 6 where my last target hit. So really, it's just a matter of realigning the target pod to the next target, and then reassigning a laser guided bomb to that. So I need to basically hit my target undesignate button, otherwise the bomb will just head for the one that I've just destroyed. So I'm I'm hitting that now. Okay, and I'm far enough out now to head in for another run on the target. Yeah, obviously I had no SAMs up against me, so the SEAD strike was successful. And the SA page is going to help me align onto the next run.
Focus. Passing waypoint 4.
Alrighty. So zoom in here. Okay, what I'll do is I'll get the aircraft to straighten itself out. Here we go. Let's go on to the next one. Alrighty, we're now going to select that. So basically what you've got to do is you've got to designate and undesignate with the laser guided bombs, and also the Mavericks as well. Alright, we got 25 seconds out. And pickle in. And one away. And laser in the target. Gonna zoom out a little bit. "15 seconds to impact." And destroyed. Just going to zoom out a little bit more. All right, two LGBs to go. And my fuel is still looking good. Can actually see right at the bottom here an SA-8 Cub, right, yeah, about 40 miles out, but that's out of the mission parameters. And I don't have any anti-radiation missiles left anyway, so. Okay, so I am going to undesignate the last target. So I've just pressed the undesignate button. The little carrot on the top tape has disappeared. And I just give it a minute or so before turning in on the target. Yeah, okay, alright, I'll head in now. Alright, ready to go. Just stick this on autopilot and zoom in. Alright, looks good. I'm now going to designate that as the target. Just release the autopilot. So at this moment in time, I can't tell you whether designating the target and undesignating the target is a bug, or whether that's actual reproduction of what you've got to do in the Hornet. But if you don't designate and undesignate in between targets, then what will happen is your munitions will go into the last spot. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pickle at 10. Pickle. And one away. And I'm now going to laze the target. Target's been lased. Going to zoom out a bit. "20 seconds to impact." And there goes another. So one munition left. And then I'll head for Anopa. If I wanted to continue the mission, then obviously I'd be rearming with both MAVs and LGBs, MAV-Es. And you can see a little diamond on the heading tape on the far right. I'm going to clear that. That was my last target, so I'm going to undesignate that. So you should see that small diamond on the right hand side of the tape disappear. Yep, that's gone. And I think I've got enough time now to turn in on the last target. I did actually in this mission program those BMPs to run and hide as soon as they took casualties, so and they're supposed to be fairly intelligent guys down there, so I don't know. And we're heading directly in, so let me straighten up. Put the autopilot on, and let's hit that one. Just going to zoom in. Yep, okay, select that as the target. Okay, just make an adjustment. So autopilot off. Better 10 seconds to release. Okay, and pickling. Last one away, and lasing. Zoom out a bit. "15 seconds time to impact." Overflying the target. Pod's now looking behind. And destroyed. Okay, I'm going to turn off my pod. I'm going to bring the essay page up here, and I'm going to put the HSI up here, and my early warning there, and then I am now going to make my HUD soy, so you'll see a little dot come up there, and we're now going to head home, or rather we're going to R&R to Anapa. So what I need to do is first of all turn my anti-skid on, my hook bypass to field. That will set me up. I shouldn't have any munitions left. No. All good. Alright. I should really yeah, I better contact Anapa. On 250 for air traffic control. Okay, so let me change this here, clear, 250, enter. Alrighty, let's call them up. Air traffic control, Anapa, inbound.
1-1. Enfield 1-1. Anapa, fly heading 219. Fort 13. QFE 30.37. Runway 22 to pattern altitude.
Okay, runway 22. Alright, well, we're actually on that bearing. So yeah, it's just a matter of flying straight in. There it is. Once we're about 10 miles out, I'm going to drop the undercarriage and deploy the flaps. Currently 15 miles out. It's maintaining a steady dive. Just dropping my speed. Alright, 10 miles out and gear down. And flaps down. And I'm going to switch to radar altitude. Just check everything's okay. Yep. Just altering my trim here. Okay, cleared for visual. Contact tower, request landing.
Anapa, Enfield 1-1. Request landing.
Okay, I need to get some speed up. Okay. I'll try again. Request
Anapa,
landing.
Enfield 1-1. Request landing. Enfield 1-1. Anapa, clear to land. Runway 22. Wind
Okay.
179 at 4 meters per second.
I'm going to sort of turn in. bit of a crosswind.
Altitude. Altitude.
Apply some rudder. And we're down. Air brake out. Brakes on. Okay, and take my air brake off.
Enfield 1-1, taxi to parking area.
Put my lights on, and I'm going to do a 180. Okay, runway clear. Open the cockpit. Since it's a nice summer's day here at Anapa. Okay, I'm parked up. Put the brake on. Oops. And engines off. And let's just check our time. So yeah, 53 minutes, 54 minutes in the mission, and electrics off. Okay, and there you have it, folks. A successful SEAD and ground strike mission using the new pod. Okay, I hope this has been useful. Hope you've enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed doing it. I will see you on the next one. Okay, cheers. Bye.